The saga kicks off with our hero, Joon-woo, a young slacker who drags himself out of bed and skims a nagging note from his mom, begging him to fetch groceries for the house. But Joon-woo, in classic style, blows it off and plops down at his computer to frag with his buddies. Mid-game, one of his pals dramatically yells, "Flip on the TV now and catch the news." So Joon-woo, mildly intrigued, flicks on the screen, only for the broadcaster to babble before, poof, the signal vanishes. Joon-woo snatches his phone, only to discover it's as useful as a brick, and he peeks out the window to see folks sprinting in a frenzy, some chomping on others for no apparent reason. He catches a girl munching on her mom in a scene straight out of a horror flick, leaving Joon-woo gobsmacked and clueless about the chaos, with zero help in sight. Then he hears shrieks echoing through his building, and when he squints through the peephole, nada. So he cracks the door, only for his neighbor to barge in like a maniac, whining, "Everyone out there's lost it. My brother stormed my place, went full zombie, and tried to off me, so let me crash here for a bit." But Joon-woo, ever the gracious host, snaps, "Got a problem? Dial the cops." His neighbor sweet talks him with, "Just let me use your bathroom, then I'm out." So Joon-woo caves and lets him in. And, surprise, the TV signal's back, blabbing about shaky connections, and cities spiraling into madness because of some trendy new infection turning people into zombies who go feral and crave human snacks. One zombie bite means you join the undead club, with lovely symptoms like eyes oozing blood. The broadcaster adds that infected folks are in agony. Joon-woo recalls his sketchy neighbor in the bathroom and grabs a knife for self-defense. But said neighbor stumbles out, clutching a suspicious neck wound. And Joon-woo brandishes the knife like a wannabe action hero. His neighbor coos, "Chill, I'm fine. Just need to loiter here for an hour." But Joon-woo spots blood on his hand and freaks. And in no time, his neighbor's eyes start leaking red. He gawks in the mirror, shrieks like a banshee, has a seizure, and his body twists like a pretzel, officially joining the zombie squad and lunging at Joon-woo for a nibble. Joon-woo yeets him out the door and stabs him for good measure, since he wouldn't take a hint. Then, Joon-woo locks up tight, only to peek through the peephole and see a hulking zombie chowing down on his neighbor like it's buffet night. Joon-woo, stunned, stays mum so the zombie doesn't RSVP to his apartment. He notices his neighbor's blood oozing under the door like a horror movie cliche. So Joon-woo, in peak panic mode, drags a fridge to barricade the door because that's foolproof. He splashes his face, hoping this is just a bad dream. But nope, it's real life. He tries calling his sister, but the network's as reliable as a paper towel in a storm. He finds a text from his sister saying, "Don't sweat us. Mom and I are chilling. Keep that door locked, ration your snacks for ages, and dodge the zombies infesting the city." Joon-woo moons over a family photo, praying they're not zombie chow. He inventories his food, noting it's pathetically low, and mutters, "Should have listened to Mom and hit the store," before crashing on the couch. The next day, the news drones on about the infection spreading and folks turning into zombies. The broadcaster quizzes a doctor, "Got a fix for this mess?" And she deadpans, "Zombies are unhinged lunatics, so lock up tight, hoard food for 2 months, and don't even think about stepping outside until we figure this out." Joon-woo sees phone posts of people flashing their addresses and begging the army for rescue, so he jumps on the bandwagon, filming himself with his name and address on a paper like a desperate influencer, and posts it online for help. He spots a video of a guy teetering on his balcony, phone in hand, chasing a signal, and shocker, the guy gets one, but then takes a dive off the balcony. Inspired, Joon-woo grabs a drone, straps his phone to it, links it to some fancy glasses, and pilots it into the sky to gawk at zombie-infested buildings. He sends the drone higher to snag a signal, which, miraculously, works. He dials the police, then his sister, but oops, the drone's battery craps out, and it plummets with his phone. Joon-woo slumps into despair and fiddles with his computer to kill time, but the network's toast. At night, he hears street noises, so he peeks out, only to dodge a stray bullet from a policewoman playing zombie whack-a-mole. But the zombies outnumber her, and her ammo runs dry. She tries to reload in a panic, fails to finish off the horde, and they swarm her. She considers eating her gun but fumbles, and they knock it to the ground. Joon-woo, watching this soap opera, covets that gun for himself. Then someone pounds on his door like it's Black Friday, so he grabs a bat, ready to swing. The fridge barricade buckles, revealing a zombie, so Joon-woo freaks and shoves it back, but knows it's a losing battle. He bolts to the balcony, cooks up a genius plan, and jumps. But psych, he just hangs there, watching the zombie take a fatal plunge. He breathes a smug sigh of relief, spotting a zombie mob with the ex-policewoman, now a card-carrying undead. Joon-woo screws the door shut to keep out uninvited guests, only to find his fridge food spilled thanks to the zombie, leaving him hangry and hopeless. He hears a woman screaming from zombies in the street, so he whips out his tablet and records a melodramatic video, whining, "Day 2. Stuck at home. No clue what to do. And it's a miracle I'm not zombie chow." After a week of this nonsense, Joon-woo raids his dad's booze stash since there's nothing else to sip. We see he's draped his balcony like a paranoid hermit to avoid zombie paparazzi. He glues himself to the news, watching zombie street parades, then grabs instant noodles, chows down, and chucks the remote, which, oops, knocks over his last water bottle. He throws a tantrum since water's cut off, and that was his only stash. And he should have guarded it like gold. He slurps the spilled water off the floor like a classy gent and still won't leave the house, despite drooling over that policewoman's gun. The TV just loops the same doom and gloom news with no solutions, urging folks to stay put. Days drag on with no updates, so Joon-woo guzzles more of his dad's liquor and dances like nobody's watching. In his drunken haze, he hallucinates his family waltzing in, and he flings himself at his mom's mirage, only to snap out of it and bawl over his pathetic state, dizzy from dehydration. Then a voice message from his mom pops up, so he scrambles to catch a signal because he's a mama's boy, leaning out the window like a signal-chasing lunatic. It works. His mom picks up, saying, "We're at Dad's company." But plot twist, zombies crash the party, and Joon-woo hears his mom and sister scream as they get munched. He sobs, rages, smashes the house, trashes the TV, and storms out to slay the zombie outside, shrieking like a madman. He spots his neighbor chowing on a corpse, who then creeps toward him. Joon-woo barks at him to back off, but his yelling draws the zombie fan club. He sprints for the elevator, only for a zombie to pop out like a jack-in-the-box. He bolts, hides, and mimes silence to avoid detection, then sneaks back to his apartment. But a blind zombie tails him, so Joon-woo freezes like a statue, letting it shuffle by. He returns home, but the zombie hears the door shut and tries to RSVP, though Joon-woo holds the handle like it's his lifeline until the zombies lose interest. And after 20 days, he's polished off all the booze too, and sees power stations go boom from his window, cutting his building's electricity. So he wallows in misery, tries to record a video but chokes on his own gloom, and decides to end it all with a rope noose, ready to check out. But, ta-da, a laser from the opposite building beams no. So Joon-woo ditches the suicide plan and unties himself, discovering a woman named Yoo-bin across the way, who's lasering him to snap out of it and flashes words on a board to chat, warning him to hush so zombies don't gatecrash, and snarks, "You're an idiot for considering suicide." They plan a 7 a.m. window meetup and shut their blinds, and Joon-woo's thrilled he's not the last human, sparking hope. We peek at Yoo-bin's pad, rigged with traps and weapons like she's a doomsday prepper, with enough food to outlast a siege. Come morning, Joon-woo oversleeps till 11, checks for her, and she's MIA. But Yoo-bin pops up, mocking that the world's peachy, and chides, "You missed our coffee date." So Joon-woo grovels and they swap intros. Then, Yoo-bin spots a zombie crashing her place, signals, and finds it tangled in her trap. She grabs a hammer and plays Whack-a-Zombie. At night, rain pours, so Joon-woo and Yoo-bin set out cups like it's a water collecting contest. The next day at 7, Joon-woo's at the window, looking like he's starving. So Yoo-bin, getting the hint, tries tossing a ball to string a rope between them, but it flops because geometry. Joon-woo whips out another drone, ties a rope to it, and extends it to Yoo-bin, who sends a food care package. Joon-woo's over the moon, but spots a street catastrophe where a zombie grabs the rope, yanks it, topples Yoo-bin's table, and she faceplants. The table jams at the window, so the zombie climbs like it's auditioning for Spider-Man, and Yoo-bin's out cold. Joon-woo chucks bottles that miss spectacularly, and the zombie keeps coming, so he flies the drone to buzz it like an annoying mosquito, and it works. But a zombie horde tries storming his place, and the climbing zombie grabs the drone, nearly entering Yoo-bin's apartment. She wakes, chops its hand off, and sends it to zombie heaven, while the mob below roars at her. Joon-woo tapes his leg to tiptoe silently, grabs a stick, leaves his apartment, sees his neighbor's corpse, swipes the keys, raids the neighbor's fridge for food, finds a body in a room, grabs 2 walkie-talkies, checks if it's dead or just napping, and, surprise, A zombie attacks from behind. Joon-woo uses the corpse as a shield, bolts, and escapes back home with the loot, then sends Yoo-bin food and a walkie-talkie. The next day, they chat via radio, and Joon-woo's giddy to have a convo buddy. She thanks him for the food, saying, "I scarfed it all." So he quips, "No, thank you for saving my sorry butt." Yoo-bin retorts, "I didn't save you. You just needed a reason to not be a quitter." Joon-woo insists, "Without you, I'd be zombie chow." They switch topics, cook and sink like a cheesy rom-com, chat all day, and bond. She admits she's scared of heights, so Joon-woo's like, "You sliced a zombie's hand, but heights freak you out?" Yoo-bin shrugs, "They're not people, so it's like chopping veggies." They hear rain, thrilled to stock water, but psych, it's a zombie stampede crashing buildings. Our heroes hit the deck, trying to be silent, but Yoo-bin clumsily topples a table, alerting the zombies, who beeline for her place. She panics, radioing Joon-woo about her epic screw-up, so he, being the knight in shining sweatpants, dials another apartment's phone to lure the zombies away, saving her pad. They decide to hit the streets for a safer spot, since Yoo-bin swears the 8th floor of some building is zombie-free, assuring Joon-woo, "I've spied on that floor for days, not a zombie in sight." Yoo-bin, the daredevil, rappels down first, smacking zombies like it's a sport, and Joon-woo's in awe as she grabs the policewoman's gun. But a zombie nearly chomps her, and Joon-woo, who sneaked down too, plays hero and kills it. They team up, slaughter zombies, sprint to the building, and lock the glass door, which, spoiler, won't hold. They hop the elevator, chill briefly, hit the 8th floor, find it zombie-free, but every apartment's locked. A zombie creeps up, followed by a horde, so Joon-woo drops an iron gate to stall them, and fights until Yoo-bin unlocks an apartment. Some guy yanks her inside, tosses a smoke bomb, and hollers for Joon-woo, who joins them, safe for now. But Yoo-bin's spooked and demands, "Who's this rando?" The guy, Sang, snips, "You ought to be kissing my feet." Yoo-bin's shocked, saying, "I swore this floor was empty," and Sang shrugs, "I thought I was the last man standing." He offers water, but Yoo-bin's suspicious until he drinks first, so she sips. Sang serves food, saying, "Chow down till the rescue squad shows." They're stoked about a rescue, and Sang claims, "The TV told me." Joon-woo hugs him like he's won the lottery, but minutes later, Joon-woo passes out, and, plot twist, Sang spiked the food. Yoo-bin flops, dizzy, as Sang drags her to a room, ties her up, and locks her in. When she wakes, a tied-up zombie's next to her, and Sang unties it to let it near Yoo-bin, revealing it's his wife, who he wants to feed human takeout. He sicks her on Yoo-bin, but Joon-woo wakes, points the gun, and calls Sang a total barbarian. Sang whines, "I'm just keeping my wife alive," letting the zombie loose. Joon-woo grabs the rope to yank it from Yoo-bin, and Sang pulls a knife, saying, "Let my wife have her snack, and I'll spare you with extra food," trying to bribe Joon-woo. Joon-woo loses his grip, and the rope slips as Yoo-bin screams. He tries the door, but Sang tackles him, and Yoo-bin screams stop, making them think she's toast. When Sang checks, his zombie wife turns on him, and Yoo-bin grabs the gun, aims at them, and Sang lets his wife feast on him without a fight. Yoo-bin shoots them both dead, and the gunshot draws every zombie in the zip code to their apartment. Our heroes hear the mob closing in, lose all hope, and think it's curtains. Yoo-bin hands Joon-woo the gun, saying, "Do me a solid and shoot me." Joon-woo, teary and waffling, agrees, but boom. Helicopter noises hit, and they spot choppers from the window. They scramble to the roof to flag them down, tossing smoke bombs and blasting zombies to clear the path. Mid-stair climb, zombies knock Yoo-bin down, but Joon-woo saves her, using a wheel to fend them off. Yoo-bin reaches the roof, but the choppers are gone. Joon-woo follows, locks the door, buys time, realizes the helicopter's ditched, and screams for help, thinking it's over. Zombies bust the door and charge, and Joon-woo pops 2 with the gun before running dry. But, hallelujah, an army chopper swoops in. Soldiers mow down zombies like it's a video game, and Joon-woo and Yoo-bin hop aboard, flying off to safety. By some miracle, our heroes survive. Hearing on the radio that over 50,000 are infected, the city's a ghost town, and the army tracked Joon-woo via his desperate online post. And that's the movie's grand finale. Catch you in the next snarky recap. Thanks for tuning in.